Browns GM Andrew Berry just spoke about the availability of Myles Garrett.
I'd say this, Mary Kay. Myles is a career Brown. He is one of the faces of our organization. I think we've been very clear, both past and present, in terms of our feelings on that. So I understand all the questions. I'll be honest, I don't really want to waste a ton more breath on the topic. Yeah.
Sure, but
I don't believe you.
And I'm going to say, we don't believe you. The Browns just opened the door to a Myles Garrett trade. Let's not do this the safe way, because if you're the Cleveland Browns, you didn't adjust a contract. You moved the chess piece. And in NFL, small contract language changes don't happen by accident. They happen when a franchise is preparing for something bigger, something louder, something like trading Myles Garrett. Let's talk about it. Right now, the Browns are telling you nothing, but their actions, they're telling you everything. They just pushed Garrett's massive option bonus from March all the way to right before the season. Translation, they don't have to pay him unless he's still on the roster. That's not bookkeeping, that's flexibility. And in the NFL, flexibility equals options. This isn't about money. This is about timing and direction. Because a year ago, Myles Garrett already told you what this could become. He wanted out.
Obviously, if you don't mind, we'll just jump right into what you put out on for the world to see about wanting potentially a change of address for you professionally.
Yeah.
And why did you do that, Myles Garrett?
Just felt it was time.
He stayed after signing a $160 million deal. Then went out and reminded the league who he was. 23 sacks, Defensive Player of the Year, the most dominant edge in football right now. Now, you ask yourself this, when a player more valuable than that? Never. And that's the real issue. The Browns may have just created the perfect window to sell at the absolute peak. For this move, trading Garrett would have crushed Cleveland. $70 million dead cap hit. That's not a trade, that's self-destruction. But now, they cut that number nearly in half, spread it out, make it survivable, which means one thing, the trade didn't just become possible, it became realistic. And here's where it gets dangerous. The Browns are rebuilding. And there's no faster rebuild in the NFL than flipping one superstar into 3 first-round picks. Here's the line Cleveland has to decide on. Do you keep the best defensive player in football on a team that isn't ready to win? Or do you cash him in and reset the entire future? Because once you trade a player like Myles Garrett, you don't replace him. You replace the timeline. Now, let's talk about the teams watching him closely, because if Garrett hits the market, this becomes an NFL arms race. First team on the board is the San Francisco 49ers. They had fewer sacks than Garrett did by himself last year. You got to think about that. You drop him into that defense on the other side of Nick Bosa, that's not a fix. That's a transformation. Next team on the board, the Philadelphia Eagles. This is what they do. They build in the trenches, reload. And Howie Roseman don't hesitate. If Garrett is available, Philly won't watch. They'll act. Next team on the board is the Dallas Cowboys. This one almost feels too perfect. Jerry Jones already showed you he wants a superstar pass rusher. And if there's one thing Jerry loves more than winning, it's making noise, winning the headlines. Trade for Garrett, that's headlines for a year. Next on the board is the New England Patriots. Worst sack differential in football. New regime, new identity. Mike Vrabel knows exactly what a dominant edge rusher does. Garrett instantly becomes the foundation. Next team on the list is the Buffalo Bills. Now, this one is simple. Josh Allen, he's in his prime. The window is open. And if you add Garrett, you're not hoping to win a Super Bowl. You're expecting it. This is how it starts in the NFL. Not with a trade, not with a headline, but with a quiet move that gives a franchise the ability to make a decision. And now the Browns have one to make. Stay competitive or reset everything. Because if Myles Garrett becomes available, the league won't hesitate. And Cleveland, they won't control the story anymore.